Hello and welcome back to my January spread for 2021. This month's theme will be puzzle pieces, and I've gone with this range of colour selections for your viewing pleasure, so please enjoy. Alrighty, and here is our title page for the first month of 2021. Now for every title page I like to start off with a nice little quote, generally from a movie or TV show that I really enjoy, and this month is from The Willoughbys. Now this is a little animated movie that is available on Netflix, and I just really like the animation style and the overall Lemony Snicket's kind of vibe I got from it. So that was the quote that I chose to do. Now for this month I have tried a new font to go with. It is a little bit different from my usual ones. Hopefully it works out. Now the reason I put in those little X's in between some of the pieces is just to make sure I remember not to colour those. Now there is one extra colour within that array, and that is that dark maroon colour. And I want to go back in and just colour in everything. Now no, I did not go in and pre-select which pieces I wanted to be coloured what colour. I literally just winged it and did whatever I thought would look more aesthetically pleasing. Now I did 100% forget that that was one of the squares I wanted to leave uncoloured, but it doesn't matter, it still looked good. And onto my monthly spread. Now I'm not sure about most people, but I actually get a lot of use out of my monthly spread because I'm one of those people that did actually write on my calendars on the wall. However, I have found this is much more convenient and I can bring it with me and just have a glance at it when I need to. Now on my monthly spread, I just put in a little section for notes as well, and this can be anything from monthly reminders or something that I need to find in a hurry quickly. I'm just going in with my new font with the 0.05 ballpoint pen, and I will continue that for the days of the week as well. now just going in with the same pen, I am outlining my monthly spread and layout. Now one thing you will notice is, now that I've drawn in all of my outlines, as I'm starting my colouring for the puzzle pieces, I did actually forget to write in the days of the week. Now I did go back and correct that mistake. You'll see it in a later video where I go back and fix a couple of mistakes that I just completely missed, but you'll see that in the upcoming video. Everything is complete with a drop shadow, of course. Now one thing I did do differently from what I have done in previous years is this little number in the corner of my monthly spread. And this will just do simply a count, not count down, count up to the end of the year. So each month has a number. On to the next page. Now these two, I've got my sleep tracker and my habit tracker. Now within the last few years of doing bullet journals, I have discovered which kind of sleep tracker in particular works best for me. Now I did experiment with it a lot last year, doing everything from this method to drawing in, say for a lavender month, drawing in the stem of a lavender thing to the equivalent of how much I slept. Anything from that to circular diagrams, and this one I just found is, although not very aesthetically pleasing now, once it is filled in, looks very good, and two, actually gives me a much more accurate description of not just how many hours I slept in the night, but I can actively see when I'm consistently going to bed and waking up. This is one from last year that is completed. Now as you can see, it is a little bit sporadic, but that's okay. But I've actually put in, so as well as going down and across the hours in which I slept and what day it was on, but I've also gone back and written in, the total number of hours within that period. And this I have found to be a lot more helpful overall in regards to actually being a tracker. Now this on the right side here, this is my habit tracker for this year. This one I'm still experimenting with, and this is the first time I've actually tried one going lengthways across the page. I've written in all of the days from 1 to 31, and then down the side I've just written in the habits that I want to track. Now because this isn't taking as much room as previous ways of doing it, which you will see throughout the rest of my bullet journal, I've actually added in a few more just to give it a little bit more space to take up on the page. The rest of it obviously I've filled in with puzzle pieces, and that did the job. And now all that's left is to go back and colour in all of those puzzle pieces, which I'm not going to lie was a little bit of a tedious process, but look very colourful again. Ta-da! So like I was saying, this is just a different type of habit tracker and I'll let you know how it goes. This is just an up close view, so as you can see along the top I've got day 1 to 31 and then down the left hand side was all of my habits. Now for these two spreads I've got my mood tracker and expense tracker. Now an expense tracker is something that I started doing in my bullet journals this time last year. And it actually was a really good visual representation of what I was spending my money on and what really was just, you know, and what really was a luxury purchase. So this was a really good visual to see, like, okay, I'm spending this much on food, or I'm spending this much on DVDs, or so as you can see, for my mood tracker I have broken the page down into 31 puzzle pieces and just gone through and numbered them in the bottom right corner of each. And I won't be colouring them in now obviously, because as I colour them in will be as I go through the month. Made a little bit of mistake there, just on the side there, and I filled in a spot that wasn't meant to be filled in, but this is why God invented whiteout. All done. Now on to the expense tracker. Now this is very standard and I don't change this from month to month. It is the same layout. The only thing that changes is the color I use to draw in the lines. And I don't think I did that on every single month. It's just an easy way to find out, to like run down the list without getting them a bit muddled. Just along across, I haven't broken it up into sections for like shopping and food and outings. I literally just put in the description, and I am pretty vivid with that. Plus and sign are pretty obvious, like how much I'm spending as to how much I'm earning. And then along the bottom, I've put the total as well. Now most people do a weekly spread for each week of the month. I don't use this section quite as much, so I only ever do 1 week. Now when I get to that month of the year, then I just pick out which week of that month I think is going to be the most busy, and then that will be the one where I utilize my weekly planner. For this one, I've just kept it really simple, and I've broken the page into thirds. And I've just given myself all that space so I can write down notes or agendas or anything that I have on for that week. And just for a little pop of colour, just drawing some lines in between to break it up. I did find, just because I'm using a lot less colour on this page than I have on previous ones, going over it twice in a line just made it a little bit more vibrant. And this is a new addition to my monthly spreads for my bullet journals, is a playlist. Now I've seen this being quite common on everywhere on YouTube basically, and even on Instagram. This is a very popular thing to do, so I thought I'd give it a try and see how I go. That was just my little sample one. I've already started writing some in, again with that new font for my playlist, and nothing is complete without a drop shadow. And just for those of you who don't know, a playlist is just putting your favorite songs in for the month. And that is all for my January spread. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what ideas you might have for future spreads or any questions that you want to ask me. Thanks. Bye.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget.